What do you think could be in here? A Trangia stove. I never had one of those. I always, for the past, I gotta think about this. For at least 5 or 6 years, I've been using my homemade stove. So, gonna have to try this out on an upcoming trip. Wrong way, Pete. Thank you very much. And I hope you're okay with me putting this to the test and reporting about it on my YouTube channel. I mean, that's what it's for in the end, isn't it? So once again, thank you very much. I've come down here to do a special test. Hello and welcome to my channel. The lens all the way down there. All right, am I looking at the lens? I believe I am. Anyways, I believe, Pete, you sent me a bag that I never got to retrieve at the post office because they send it back after a while. We were gone for over 2 months. Forgive me for that. I thank you with all my heart for this. Now is the moment I'm showing this to the rest of my audience. This is a Trangia stove. Works on alcohol fuel. These are awesome. Now I have to say about the alcohol fuel, we've had trouble finding this in Mexico and before that in Colombia. In Colombia, usually hardware stores will have it. In Mexico, we tried that and they sold us some stuff that was truly nasty. But look how neat this is all stacked together. There is a little kettle in here. A little kettle, and that's where the stove itself is stowed away. There are two. This is the kettle. This is what I'm going to use, I think. So I think it's enough for a cup of coffee. And then we got 2 pots that can serve. All right, yeah, it's actually the first time I'll be using this at all. Got 2 pots that can serve for cooking and also for eating your soup or whatever you're making. So that's really cool. And this here, it's a windscreen. And that's why it's so big. How good this is, we're gonna find out. That is what makes it big. What makes it heavy, I'm not sure. Maybe it's part that this has so many items in it. And it might also be that the stove itself is made from brass, which it's more durable than mine, that's for sure. But then think about it, I've had mine for 6 years and I'm still using it. Anyways, we got this. This. See, the stove itself is in here. Show you what it looks like. It's got a cap and this has a simmer function. Not sure if I'll be using that today. We'll try that out another day because, yeah, I don't even know how this is supposed to work because the flames, see, when I unscrew this, it's got a lid, but there are holes here. I don't know if you can see that. They go all around and that's where the flame's going to come out. So if I put this over it, then it's got a simmer function and you can open this and then you only got half a flame, I believe. Anyways, I got it in here. I'm gonna show you what it looks like from up above. See, this is what it looks like. Isn't that neat? Anyways, I have to fill this about 2/3 full. It says that the max, but we're not gonna do the max. Maybe half is more than enough to heat up a cup of water. So this should do it. This is the fuel we're gonna use. Now I'm looking for something to light it with. So I dip this paper into the alcohol and light it up. And though you can't see the flames, the Trangia is actually functioning. It's building up the heat, and it's building up fast. Yeah, too bad. Don't see any flame at all. Well, you missed it. It's not your fault. I set up the camera and everything and poured the water, exactly 1 cup of the Contigo cup in here. It's been preheating long enough. We're just gonna place this on there. But yeah, you can see it here. So now it's just a matter of waiting. See, this is my other setup, and I'll show you in the meantime what I got here. At first glimpse, it does look like it's bigger than this Trangia, but it is not. Maybe with the handle it might be, but it's actually fairly light. This is all stuff from the thrift store, except this little homemade stove. This is made from 2 Foster beer cans. There are videos on YouTube that show you exactly how to do this. I was just following somebody else's instructions to get somebody else's design, and I needed a stove. And I needed one that would burn alcohol and is budget friendly. Hey there, Doogie. And this one definitely is. I'll try to find that video and I'll post a link. If there's a card popping up right now, that's the video. You might want to check it out. Now, in order to not burn anything else, I place this usually on here, like this. Then this also has a windscreen, and then the pot goes on top of that. So let me set this up, and then we'll make a cup of coffee for Barbara, who's at home, by the way. No, I got all hands full today. I gotta check the thing, and I didn't really check the time, but you can see the bubbles are already coming. This thing is working. I don't do things quick, but yeah, dip it in there. And it's so bright out here, I can't see any flame. I can feel it. I have to wait a minute or so before it heats up and the flame comes out where it's supposed to. The problem with it, when it's so bright outside, you don't really see it, but it's not a big deal, believe me. It's just, you know, maybe do it the first couple of times, do it when it's in the evening or when it's cloudy day, when you can actually see the flame. Okay, I'll pour some more water. Why do I have the camera set so low? Because we're in a picnic, and picnic table is good. 1 cup of coffee. There, we got that. In the meantime, I know this one is working as well. I can actually see some steam rising up. It hasn't been very long at all, so we put the lid on. Hadn't done that yet. You're gonna laugh at me, especially if you like really good coffee. What I'm using is my brand. Café 100% puro soluble. It's instant coffee. It's very popular in Mexico, believe it or not. Yeah, this thing, it's still hot. Yeah, I'll put that lid on so I can, there, that's good. That's better. Yeah, because this is hot. So, yeah, let's pour this in there. Coffee outside with George. Well, yours isn't ready yet. And it's not really yours neither, but we could pretend. Anyways, cheers. By the way, the Trangia stove is still going. It's minus 5 degrees outside, so I don't really mind keeping this going. But we'll see how long this goes on for. And then, you know, there's this thing. Maybe I could figure out how this works. But I have the feeling that this would be way better to do when it's half dark, so that you can actually see what the flame is doing. Because right now, you can't. And also, it is almost time to check the other pot, because I could see the air over there is flickering. Okay, come on, let's check it out. So this is the more rugged version. Yeah, it's not quite boiling, but I would say it's good enough to make instant coffee. We can give it a minute more, but this works pretty good too. Time to check up on this. Oh, it is definitely boiling here. Take a dry spoon so that the instant coffee doesn't go all clumpy. Put it in there. Pour the boiling water. Oh. Yeah, this one isn't as full as mine. But this is a bigger cup, I think. Barbara's cups are huge. She loves her coffee. I do too. Anyways, this one stay warm until I get home. By the way, the Trangia stove, still going. Well, there's no point putting the camera there because you can't see it. Okay, the reason I'm making this video is more or less for fun. This isn't a scientific test. You see that I didn't measure how long it took or anything like that. The point is that either one of these stoves, when you need a camping stove, they'll work. They're simple to use. The fuel in Canada is easy to find. You find it at the hardware store. I bought this stuff at the Home Depot for like $14, but I didn't buy the small quantity. You can get this in a liter, which will probably cost you like $6. Then you can get a whole gallon and it only costs you twice what the liter costs. So it's better to buy it in larger quantities, and then usually one of those gallons for Barbara and I is what we need for the camping season. I noticed that the Trangia stove is still going. It's still burning right now. So let's just go over to the other one and see if that one is going too. See, it's burned all the fuel. And I don't think I put like that much more in the Trangia. The opposite. I think probably put less. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's still a little bit of fuel at the bottom, and well, it's still heating. I'm gonna let this burn off because otherwise I'll have to put it back in the bottle or whatever. Finally, the Trangia has stopped producing heat. Another thing about this Trangia stove, see, I just burnt this for how long? Half an hour? There's no soot. Leave me a comment. Like, have you ever tried making your own stove, or do you own one of these Trangia stoves? I definitely could say that the Trangia is more fuel efficient. I didn't measure the fuel. That's eyeball stuff, but hey, it burned like twice as long, at least. But yeah, I think I have to take this more often on bicycle tours, camping trips. So once again, wrong way, Peter. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. So now that I've tried it out, I actually value it even more. It's gonna be a beautiful day out here today in Edmonton. Another thing I wanted to say is that I am very grateful that Edmonton, while it's not the safest city in Canada, there have been 3 or 4 murders last weekend. It gets nasty here too. One place, 70 shots were fired. It's horrible, but for the most part, people don't kill each other here. There is a nasty situation right now in Europe, and I hope that's gonna get resolved before more and more people have to die. The instigator of this war, I think he needs to go. I'll make you a coffee.
Oh, yeah, that's better than cold coffee. As you can see, I'm in the group.
Coffee delivered successfully. Yay! If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber yet, hey, what are you waiting for? It's totally free. And it'll show YouTube that maybe more people want to see my videos too. Thank you very much.